Hello, my name is Mavi. I love makeup and Charlotte Tilbury is one of my favorite brands. So that's why I thought about making a video using all her products, all the ones that I have. And hopefully you can see how it applies on my skin, how it looks on my skin. You can use it as a reference. So if you're a fan of Charlotte Tilbury or you just want to enjoy like a nice makeup video, keep on watching. Let's start. So we're gonna start with complexion. My first favorite product from her is the Magic Cream, and this cream, it's very expensive, and this is why I only use it when I have a specific or special occasions. I really love this cream. I have already my backup, but as you can see, it's almost done. I always tell everyone, like, it doesn't matter if you buy the most expensive makeup, if you don't prep your skin, no makeup is gonna look good on you, like not even the most expensive one. And when I say prep your skin, it means just the skin being hydrated and being clean. So my next beauty product that I love from her brand is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in shade 3. And what I basically do is I just add this before any foundation, and if I'm doing a no makeup look, I like to do that. So in the highest point, meaning like my high cheekbones, here, sometimes I like to put the rest here, and that's it. Okay, so with a very dense brush, I'm using the one from Rare Beauty. I'm just gonna like apply it around my skin, especially in those areas, you know, put it around whatever is better. All right, so the next step is concealer corrector from her brand, and the one that I'm using is number 2. I'm going to use a brush with it. This is a brush that I use from BH Cosmetics. It's 129. You can actually use also the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the very narrow end. I mean, whatever brush it works for you, that's the one that you should use. And I'm gonna work in those areas, especially right here for me. I mean, I get redness and I get darkness around this area. I need to correct this. This is kind of like a concealer, but more than a concealer is a corrector. I really like this one before anything I do. So the next product is the Brow Lift. It's the eyebrow pen, and basically it's a very taupe brown, and so I'm gonna define my brows. And it's, you know, no brows are similar, just so you know. I can make another video in the way I do my brows, but I don't think it's difficult. It's just you need to be patient. So yeah, the next step that I always do, that is not a Charlotte Tilbury product, is a spoon. This is something that I learned when I was younger, and I try to use the scissors and all those products that help you to curl your eyelashes, but it doesn't work and it doesn't come out the way I like it. So I always use my spoon, just so you can take a look at it. I'm not gonna, please don't get scared. By the way, I'm Peruvian, born and raised. I came to United States when I was 19, and well, you can hear my accent. It's a Peruvian American accent. Anyway, so as you can see, now they're curled. All right, we are going to start with the fun part, which is the eyes. But before I do that, I'm gonna grab my, what is it called, Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I mean, this is so long, but anyway, it's in the shade number 2. And what I like to do is, you know, powder my lids. I like to powder my lids because I like to remove any oil. It's just gonna help me to blend any eyeshadow, and it's gonna be easier like that. And this powder is amazing. It's not heavy at all, so your lids don't feel super powdery. It looks so nice and natural. I love this powder, and you know, it's one of the beauty favorites, you know, around the world. I think every makeup artist has this powder, and you can reapply it and it's not gonna get cakey or anything like that. And by the way, the brush that I'm using for this is the Sonia G Vito Pro. Alright, I got you closer because I want you to see exactly what I'm doing. And so we're gonna start with the fun part, which is the eyes. I had to start with this color pencil. I know it's super small right now. I have my backup too. That's how much I love it. This is in Barbarella brown, I believe. It's waterproof. So before I start any eye look, I like to go in the inner rim of my eye. You can skip this part, but I feel like this opens your eye completely right away. And I'm gonna do the same for this side. So in the days that I want to do no makeup looks, this is what I do. This part is very important for me. Imagine that you have a line that starts at the end of your nose, touches the end of your eye, and ends by the end of your brow. That's the line that you want to keep. Anything from this part here is going to be so flattering, and actually the angle is going to be so flattering. Anything that it goes from this area down, it's gonna be nice probably, but the most flattering angle is going to be following your natural shape. So I like to grab a toilet paper like this, and I like to fold it and another fold. So this is gonna help me to place it here, and when I'm smudging my eyeliner, it's gonna help me to prevent that it goes to another direction. Okay, so then again, I'm going to imagine I'm following that line. So with my liner, which is sharpened, I'm just gonna create that line. And I'm gonna go in the upper lash line, very close to my lash line. And if you make a mistake, you can wipe it like that. I'm gonna go like this. Here is the smudger one from Sonia G. You can use any brush that is quite thin and it allows you to smudge. And then here's the paper that I was telling you. So I'm gonna align it with the end and with the angle that I created for my liner. And then I'm kind of softening the line that I created right here in this area. You see? Boom! Compare this eye and this one. Big difference. Okay, so I did the other eye as well. So the next product that I'm gonna talk about is the Pillow Talk palette. If you never had an eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury, I think this is a great investment. If you would start with one palette from Charlotte Tilbury, I will always recommend this one, just because it has very like user-friendly mattes and it's beautiful. If you never have or you're thinking about buying an eyeshadow, I would totally recommend this one. You will get more your money's worth rather than buying the quads. So as you can see, I define my eyes first, and then I like to highlight my eyes second. So the shadow that I'm going to use is this one, the very first one. And this is a brush that I bought a long time ago from BH Cosmetics. I don't even know if they have it anymore, but it's very tiny. If you have any pencil brush, I think there is a rougher brush too that is very tiny. This you can do. This is the rougher number 3. I use this one because I like it. So I'm going to start highlighting my eyes, and so I like to bring light here at the very inner part of my eye. It's the same thing in the other side, and then a little right here, not too much. And you can do the same in the other side. So it's very subtle, but I feel like this gives me only the beginning of what I want to do. Number 4, or the first one from the desk section. And I'm gonna start applying it here on the socket. Oh, sorry, that's my dog. Another way to where to apply, once you get done your liner like that, you define, you just start where your eyeliner ends and just bring it inside like this. That's gonna give you like a nice shape of your eye. I know my eyes, so I already know where to apply the eyeshadow, but if it takes you longer, it's totally fine. You're getting to know your face. Just where the end of your eyeliner stops or starts, I don't know, you're gonna bring in, see, in. So the majority of pigment is gonna go in this area, and then whatever is left, you're gonna bring it inside. So now, crease one from Sonia G, and this one was the Blender Pro from Sonia. The same color. I'm gonna grab it and I'm just gonna go underneath like that. See? So everything is connected and well balanced. Okay, so I like to grab again my Blender Pro that I used to put the powder to begin with, and I'm just gonna diffuse it even more. So I like to do this every now and then, so I diffuse all the colors and it looks more natural. With my Sonia G pencil tool, I'm gonna grab an even darker color. So it will be the second from the date section, and I'm just gonna apply it in that area where your eyeliner ended. I'm gonna apply it right there. So this is the outer V that they call it, because if you can see, you see like a V here. And with the same brush, the Blender Pro from Sonia G, we're gonna diffuse this. It's perfect. With the same pencil Pro, this one, I'm gonna go to the darker color, and I'm just gonna go and kind of like connected it. Okay, so I finished blending both eyes. The next product that I want to bring is the Dazzling Diamonds. It doesn't have a lot of pigmentation, it just gives you that glitter and shine and glow that it's all about Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, if I want to keep it like more natural, I will leave it here and I will put like a bold lip and it looks amazing. I will add mascara and that's it. But I'm gonna use this one over here, the second on the upper part, and basically you're supposed to use it with your fingers. So you just like rub it like this and place it wherever you want it. And it's gonna give me that nice sparkling eyeshadow. There's another shadow right here. This brush is really good to grab pigment like that, otherwise you might have to use your fingers, but I don't want to use my fingers. Just make sure that it looks very similar. I'm gonna clean whatever I have from any eyeshadow. Usually I don't have anything. I try to be really careful, but the sparkle sometimes can be, you know, a little bit tricky. So this is the next product that I love, is the Magic Away Concealer. And the trick with this concealer is to use little. A lot of people I see that they put a lot and then they don't like it because it looks cakey and it dries really bad. So it has an amazing formula, and because of that you don't need that much. So the only thing though, it's very hard to open it. I don't know, they need to do something about it. And I have this synthetic brush that is very fluffy, like to blend eyeshadow, but I use it more for my concealer. This is the number 5 Studio Pro from BH Cosmetic. It's a great brush. If you don't find that, whatever brush that is synthetic and it has this dome head, it will help you. So what I do, I like to really buff my brush and work the product inside like that, and then I like to clean my eyes. So I'm gonna apply it right here. I want to put most of my product right here, and then with whatever I have left, I'm gonna continue going upwards. And then I'm gonna try to create that line that I was telling you. So here is the line from the eyeliner, here is the eyeshadow kind of, but they're following the same direction, and that's what makes your eyes stand out. So I'm not going super close, I'm going here, because when you press the bristles to the face, they span and then they might touch something that you don't want, so you have to always do it like a little bit farther from the place that you want to clean. Now this step, this is my second tip. This step, it's gonna make you look more professional in your makeup. I mean, if you don't do this, this is gonna, but it's going to separate you from a regular makeup application, the cleaning part. Now compare this eye and this eye. I'm concealing, I'm cleaning, I'm creating more sharp lines, and my makeup is going to look even more professional. So I already did the other side. I cleaned everything. I thought it should be clean. Another trick that helps you, I think I told you when you were doing your eyeliner, right? But when you're cleaning too, you can turn your head to the side and see, you know, follow that line and try to make it like nice and neat. All right, so whatever I have, you know, left in my palm, I'm gonna work it on the brush, and I'm gonna go in the areas that is going to be hard to get once I start applying my foundation. Also, I'm going to color correct some areas. For that, I'm going to go back to my little guy, and I'm going to use this to go in the areas, like I said, that I think it needs a little bit of color correcting. We are going to start with the face, and like the same as the eyes, I like to create more depth on my cheeks. I already have high cheeks, but I like to create them even more, and for that I'm gonna use this contour one from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is for to medium. So you open it like this, you probably seen it many times. You're gonna turn it on, you're gonna squeeze. I don't know if you saw that. Anyways, I already pushed whatever product that I needed, and now I'm going to close it. And so I'm going to push my hair back, and I'm going to do this part first. Now the line that I have and that you can see is right here, but because when I'm going to blend, it's going to go a little bit down, I like to go above that line. On the other side again, so you can see the line is right here, so I'm gonna go a little bit above. Then I like to get a little bit here. You have to see your own face, right? For instance, I do have a very wide forehead, and therefore, and I have a very tiny chin, so therefore I want to kind of create balance. So I'm going to create some depth here to kind of imitate this, and I'm gonna keep the darkness over there. Also right here, right here, and here. I like to do this, and I like to do this. So one line here and another one right here. So I'm gonna push the product. Push, 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 push. Yeah. Done. Over here. And I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Here. Now I'm gonna grab my Rare Beauty brush and I'm gonna go over like that in the back of your ear too. I'm gonna add this lip balm from Charlotte Tilbury. I love it. I use it a lot. I don't have anything left really, and I like to apply it on my lips so they hydrate and they're ready for lipstick when I'm ready. Usually I do this at the very beginning. I don't know, I forgot today, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with my nose now. Gonna do this, and then I'm gonna bring whatever I have left in the tip of the brush. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go again. Then I'm gonna go up. I mean, this part you don't have to do it. I just like to do it because it really helps lift a little bit my nose. Eventually you get to know your face. It's just a matter of you practicing and keep on trying new techniques and learning from everyone. I had to turn on the ring light because the light is going. So anyway, I just grabbed the other what is it called, Beauty Light one highlighter, and this is just in the color Spotlight, and I'm just gonna hit again the highest point of my face, and the same brush from Rare Beauty, just gonna clean it right here, and I'm just gonna diffuse this. Like it. As you can see, my face pretty much looks done, but I want to show you that you can get more coverage. You can use this foundation that is called Airbrush Flawless Foundation. The shade that I'm using is 5.5, and again, the same as my eyes, I like to first define and highlight my face. Just gonna grab, literally, I'm gonna grab like a half pump, like nothing, as you can see. Now the great thing about this foundation is that because it's really good, again, you don't need that much, the same as the corrector. Let's use a little bit bigger brush. This one is a number 18 from Refer, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit, not even, sorry, right there, and barely touching my skin. I'm just gonna go over the areas that I haven't really covered. Now it doesn't matter if it covers my highlight, because the highlight is gonna go through even if it's underneath the foundation. It's gonna give you an even more natural look. I love this technique. The way I'm placing the brush against my skin is very light. I'm barely touching it, and that's why I even grab it from the end, so I don't press that much. Very quickly I'm going over my face. Alright, after that I let it set for a couple minutes. That's very important for the foundation to fully dry or kind of set into your skin. And the next step will be bronzer. I do have two bronzers. I have the Airbrush Bronzer. And I have the, what is it called, the Film Bronze and Glow, which is the first bronzer that she came out. I love this bronzer, as you can see, right? You can see it. The newest is this one. So I'm going to use this one first, just so I can define more areas, and if I feel like I need to use the other one, then I'll use it. I'm using the Sony IG Inochi Pro brush, and I'm just dabbing a little bit. You don't need that much. And then again, you just follow the holo like she explained it. If you don't know what is your holo, don't worry. We're gonna create another imaginary line. It's gonna go from the very top of your ear to the very end of your lip. So basically your bronzer should be applied somewhere in this area. Again, just back and forth. You can see right away how it's giving me this amazing definition on my face. I'm gonna go over the areas that I contour at the very beginning. I'm just buffing it just to set everything. If you want, you can suck your lips like this, but make sure when you apply it, you apply it over it, because if you do underneath, then you're gonna end up with the bronzer right here, and you don't want that. I'm gonna go over it again. I'm not gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, if that's easier for you. Okay, so next product, I have a blush right here. It's called Sex on Fire. I do have the Pillow Talk as well, but let's try this one because I don't see anybody really trying this color. So I want to try something different so you can see what works on your skin tone. So this one is called Sex on Fire, and I love it because it's very neutral and it's also kind of pinkish, but in a healthy way. See right away? It's beautiful. Here is my bronzer, then I'm applying here the blush. I know usually you put the highlighter right here, but I like to put my blush right there because I feel like it looks more youthful. You know what I like to do with a clean brush, a fluffy one or maybe less dense, I like to go over my face, not pressing too much, but kind of buffing everything so it looks even more natural. That's a trick that I like to do. Sorry, I forgot to say that this is a master face from Sony IG, the one that I was using. I'm going to use the mini cheek from Sony IG, and I'm going to use a highlight, and I'm going to put this one. You pretty much have seen it, the Bar of Gold palette, and I like to mix both of them. This brush is very narrow and very tiny compared to other brushes, so I like that so I can have more control where I put my highlight. I like it to be a little bit more on the natural way, even though I like when you can show it in your skin. Here I think it's very flattering, this area. If you don't like it, you can place it somewhere where you like it most, but yeah, I like it there. Usually this is a part where I spread my face so it sets. I don't have a Charlotte Tilbury set and prime mist or whatever. I do have the MAC. When I'm done with that one, probably I might buy the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I do have the Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I love this mascara. Right now is the perfect consistency. So just if you have it and you don't like it, just give it in some time to dry a little bit, because when it's a little bit drier, the mascara, it helps you to really coat your lashes better. This is probably my third or fourth coat. I'm telling you, you need to let it dry and then go again. And this mascara allows you to do that. That's what I love it. This is my favorite mascara. Okay, next product, lip liner. And the one that I really like is The name is Super Size Me. I'm going to remove the bump that I had previously, and I'm just gonna go over. Next is the Hollywood lips. I don't see this a lot on the internet. They're very nice. They don't feel dry on your lips. I like the colors. The shape of the dover is like this, so it grabs your lips and it really helps you to apply it nicely. And finally, you're gonna brush up your eyebrows. This is not a Charlotte Tilbury product. This is in fact a very affordable product that I'm gonna talk about it. It's called Pears. It's a soap. Basically, put one drop in your soap and you just rub it like this, and this will help your brows to stay up. If you want a video to talk about more about this technique, let me know in the comment section so I can make it. Alright, so here is the final look.